Are you a man and you're thinking of retiring early because you can? Well, I would be careful because if you look at the statistics, I don't have the numbers in front of me to show you, but we've probably all, if we're in our retirement, possibly soon to be retirement years, we've heard the stories. And we've heard professionals as well, medical doctors and the like, talk about men in particular, not as much women, but men in particular who retire maybe earlier than they should and retire somewhat abruptly from working. When I say earlier than they should, they're able to, they have the money to, they're 55 years old or 50 years old, or even they say 60 years old, 60, not 6, and they've got the money to retire. They've paid off their home, or maybe not, but they've got plenty of money. They're good to go. They have some investments that they can draw from. And they're in very good health. They have a lot of mental energy, good mental acuity. And they decide, I'm going to retire. And maybe they had a and this may be you, productive career where you were a very productive member of the community of the career field in which you worked. Let's say you're a doctor or you're whatever you were, but you were very involved in it and you had a lot of purpose in it. Or the job that you had gave you purpose and meaning. You got up every day at 6 a.m. or whatever time you get up and you went to work. You had a reason to get up and shower and shave and go be productive at the office or in the field or whatever area in which you're working. And you come home at the end of the day and you take care of the household things. You're mowing the grass, you're shoveling the snow, whatever you're doing. You're taking care of the animal, taking care of the wife now because, the kids are raised. Or maybe you're single and never had a wife or kids, but you're coming home, you're doing the things, the after work things that need to be done. Well, life is pretty busy and you have activity going on. You're physical, or maybe even if you're sitting at a desk all day long, but you're doing work and your brain is working. When you suddenly shut that off, earlier than maybe you otherwise should. And that's loosely defined. I realize this. The rate of early demise is very high. I can't give you the exact number, but you've seen this before. I just want to share my thoughts with you and how to maybe mitigate that. So let's say you want to retire early, but you heard about that. You're thinking, what is it about retiring too early that causes men to die sooner? Most of the studies that you read or the experts that talk about this speak of the brain, of course, being the trigger for the rest of the body. And you can think yourself sick. It's true. You worry yourself to an ulcer. The worry's up here, the ulcer's down here in your stomach. It becomes a tear in your stomach lining. So it all happens, everything up here, right, has so much to do with the rest of your health, from heart to, you name it, digestive systems and so on. So let's say you're going to retire and you're thinking, okay, I'm done doing what I've had to do over the last 35, 40 years or longer. And I want to just be done with it. I'm just tired of it. I want to be finished with it. Fine. But identify something else that can keep you mentally engaged, so that you don't have this starting to shut down as far as affecting other parts of your body. I'm not a doctor. I don't even play one on TV, but I just want to share this with you. We're considering a retirement plan, I should say an exit strategy from a normal career within a couple of years after the recording of this video, but we're not going to stop. I say we. My wife works for the company that we own, and I'm the CEO. And we're going to, either sell the company and or just liquidate and retire completely, and we're prepared for it. But I'm aware of that concern of, might I shorten my lifespan by 5 or 10 years? I mean, who would know? If you die, you're dead. It's all done. You're done anyway. But if you like living, and if you don't like living, and you're ready to just check out anyway, I guess it doesn't matter. But let's assume you like living and you've got, some people to live for, then find something else to keep you engaged, to keep you mentally stimulated, engaged with other people, with a purpose to get up and still function and still have a schedule maybe not as rigid as it has been thus far. Maybe, for example, for us, I pretty much roll, Monday through Friday for sure, but my mind is always in the business on Saturdays, and sometimes I come into the office and into our shop facility on Saturdays. It's not common, but I do from time to time. Well, maybe I'll still keep a schedule. I've been an early riser since I was a kid. I'll probably always still get up at 6 o'clock in the morning. What'll I do? Well, this is a YouTube channel or whatever platform you're looking at this on. This may be on some other platform as well. But this is a channel. I'll keep this channel going as long as I have the interest to talk in front of a camera and to share experiences from my life as far as professional career development, workplace kinds of things, job tips, straight talk kinds of conversations or monologues, if you will. If the following continues to grow and subscribers continue to grow and it stays monetized where I can make a living as well in retirement, won't necessarily need it by definition, but it'd be nice if it comes in, then I'll keep doing this. This then becomes my, I won't say passion, but sort of a purpose that I have. This is just an example I'm giving. It may only be 3 or 4 days a week. Great. Maybe only twice a week. Great. But it's not 5 or 6 or 7 days per week. I'm retired. And if I chose not to do this, great. Well, whatever that is for you, it may be volunteering at a senior center. It may be volunteering at a hospital. It may be, just finding groups of people to associate with and play games with, cribbage or bridge or cards or whatever you play. And I don't even know all these games, but you kind of follow my point. He had more to do than just get up and look out the window and say, okay, I'm up. Now what? I think I'll go to the park today and sit on the bench and feed the pigeons. I think I'll fish a little bit today. Now that sounds okay for a little while, but if you're like most people, bear in mind this is if you're retiring early, 50, 55, 60. So that sort of sedentary ho-hum is maybe okay if you have a lot of physical restrictions, you're hurting all the time, you don't have the physical ability to do much else, your mind is always on the pain, and I get that. That might be the time for one to retire. Or maybe you're in your 80s and you're done working and so you're just going to enjoy the rest of your years. But that's different. This is if you're youngish, 50, 55, 60, maybe even 65, depending on where you are up here and physically. If you know that it's kind of early to kind of throw in the towel and you can only be on a perpetual vacation for so long before you're like, okay, there's got to be more to life than this. Some people will love it and they'll do it for the rest of the years. More power to you, whatever floats your boat, I guess. But if your concern is not dying prematurely, just based on what I've shared with you so far and what the studies out there indicate, find a reason to be productive. Find a reason to still have a schedule, even though it's more relaxed than being rigid, if you will, and have purpose, a reason to get up every day and do something productive. And believe me, if you say, well, I have a lot of honeydews around this house I need to get done, that only lasts so long. There will be a point in time when all those honeydews are, honey, I'm done. Now what do you do? So bear that in mind, okay? And hopefully it'll help you out. Well, thanks for checking us out. I appreciate it. If you'd like this channel, please comment down below if it's given you some value, something to think about. Or also, if you retired too early and you found yourself bored out of your head and you went into some other sort of field or avocation or some other way to keep you productive and happy, what did you do? Share that in the comments below because readers of those comments may pick up some ideas from you. It's not just me. It's the audience and it's the people that engage with this channel that help others as well. Thanks again, and I'll catch you in the next video.